Okay, I received my Monimoto GPS tracker 2 days ago, and then yesterday I spent the day getting it charged up according to the directions, downloading the app, getting it all together and installed, and so far I'm not impressed with it. It's been really disappointing. Some things that are wrong with it. One, it comes with, I don't have the GPS thing here, it's zip tied to my motorcycle, but it comes with this little fob, and I'm trying to wrap my head around why it does this. Because if this fob is on your keychain and then you're riding your motorcycle around, the GPS will not alert you that it's been stolen and knows it's you. But if you've got this on your keychain and somebody steals your keys, which is the easiest way to steal a motorcycle, you're not going to be alerted. They got your keys, this thing's on it, and they're riding off with your motorcycle. They might not even know that there's a GPS tracker on it. So they get away scot-free, and there's not a thing you can do about it. I take it back. There is a thing you can do about it. You can disable the fob, and it says up to 24 hours later, the fob will be disabled. Well, by then, they're already long gone. They've had 24 hours to steal your motorcycle, drive away, take it apart, and find that there's a GPS tracker zip-tied somewhere on it, all because of this fob that came with it. So I decided I don't need the fob. That's why it's not on my keychain. I'm going to leave the fob at home and just have the GPS tracker on. And even if I'm driving my motorcycle and it sets off the alarm, that's okay. I know that's me on my motorcycle. And then as a test run, I went riding around the block, and then I get a phone call. And of course, I can't answer the phone call because I'm driving, telling me it's a computer voice that somebody's stolen the motorcycle, or the motorcycle's in motion. And I know it's a computer voice because it leaves a voicemail. However, the computer voice, I guess, begins talking while the phone is still ringing. So you never get the whole message. It happens now. I've ridden twice. In both times, I get to where I'm going and there's a voicemail, and I have no idea what the beginning of the voicemail was because all I get is the end of the sentence of the computer saying motorcycles in motion or something. You'd think they could have worked that out where the computer voice doesn't start talking until somebody has answered or my voicemail prompt has already stopped talking. But anyway, they didn't. I don't need that annoying phone call. Besides the phone call, you also get notifications on the app on the phone telling you the motorcycle's in motion, and that's fine. So I blocked the number so that I don't get a phone call every time I drive my own motorcycle. Of course, even though the number's blocked, the phone doesn't ring, but the computer still goes to my voicemail and leaves a partial sentence telling me that the motorcycle's in motion. So the more I drive, then I have to keep calling up my voicemail and deleting these messages so that I don't fill up my voicemail box. I really wish there was a way just to shut off the phone notification altogether. There's not. You have no control over this. It's going to call you. Second thing I'm really disappointed in, on the phone, on the app, it shows me, yep, it's in motion, and I was expecting, like GPS, I would see a map showing where my motorcycle is when it's in motion. It doesn't do that. It has periodic, about every, 2 or 3 minutes, it updates, I'm now here, I'm now here, I'm now here. And that's fine, but why can't it figure out to connect those dots and show you a path of where the motorcycle has been traveling? That way, in case it runs out of battery, or if the thief finds it and removes it, you at least kind of know what direction they were going, rather than see, oh, there is a point. And then you close that, open the next one, there is a point. And so I guess in your mind, or on paper, you have to draw these out. There's no map on GPS. What good's a GPS without a map to see where things are happening? Third thing I don't like about it is with all these updates it keeps giving of the route and so on, you can't delete all that. You can delete those individual points, but I cannot delete the message that said, congratulations on your first time, or the message that said, your thing is charged up, or the one that says there's a fob nearby. So I guess eventually all these useless bits of information are going to just start filling up somewhere on the cloud and filling up my message screen with clutter that I don't need to know 2 years from now that, oh yeah, I charged up the device 2 years ago, but I can't get rid of the message telling me it's charged. Just useless stuff. The user, I have no control over this. I cannot turn on or off these settings. I wish they'd made it where you can make it turn off and onable. The only reason I bought it in the first place was because it had some good reviews on Reddit from other people, but it seems like the people at Monimoto have never owned or driven a motorcycle. It's really not helpful. The second reason that I bought this was because this is the GPS tracker I've had for 4, maybe 5 years. It's, I believe, a French company called Invoxia. When I first got this Invoxia, it worked great. It was magical. I had this hidden on this little GPS thing here. I had it hidden on my motorcycle. And whenever there's motion, or you can even tell it a certain range, like you can give a perimeter outside of your house, and if the motorcycle goes outside of that range, then it's active. That way you can move your motorcycle around your driveway, whatever, without setting this off. And that was great when it worked. Over the years, their quality has gone down. Like, the functions slowly go away one by one, and it gets worse and worse. I don't like seeing things not improve over time. That's another. This one is now, I think, $60, $70 a year for the subscription fee. And this new Monimoto I bought is, again, I'm still considering whether or not to even keep it, but it's I think it's $40 a year. It's almost half the price. But a big problem with this Invoxia, when it first started, it did exactly the things I was describing earlier that I would like to have in the Monimoto. When there's an alert, it didn't call me. It would just send an alert to the phone on the app, and I open it, and whoop, there's a map, and the map would show the little periodic update points and show the route the motorcycle has been. And that was great. Even if I'm the one on it, when I get to where I'm going, I can just delete, and it deletes all those points because I know it was me. It didn't leave any clutter. Problem is, after a couple of years, you open the app and a message come up. It says, something's wrong, the app is closed. And I contacted the company. I said, what's going on? And after a few days, they replied. They said, oh, you have to uninstall and then re-download the app. Okay, fine. So I did. And then I've had to do that about every 5 or 6 months since then. Just again and again. It just keeps freezing. The latest thing I really don't like, and I've contacted the company about a month or two ago. They still haven't replied to me. It no longer even shows my motorcycle on the map. So somebody, I guess, could steal my motorcycle, and I open up and there's a blank map with 0 points. I have no idea where my motorcycle even is. Even though this is still working. On the app, it still says this is at, I don't know, 85% battery, 90% battery. So it's updated enough to know what the battery level is. This is still updatable, yet nothing shows on the map. And when you first open the map, it defaults now to somewhere in Africa where I've never been. It no longer defaults to where this device actually is, letting it know I'm here. So this has been the worst one, Invoxia. I'm about to cancel this. I'm still considering whether or not I want to keep this Monimoto because it's been a disappointing day with it, not really functioning the way GPS should function. So if anybody can think of a better functional GPS tracker that I should get, I'm all ears. Let me know.